The distribution boxes are placed out here for 24/7 access. You just open the door and grab a free box. One of Kentucky's largest venues is getting an upgrade. Construction at the Kentucky Exposition Center is set to begin in the spring. The entire budget is $505 million. $750,000 will go towards site development of a new joint police and fire training center, and $6 million will be used to take the next step for a new city hall. They have voiced their concerns over the Department for Community-Based Services guidelines to determine if a child abuse case meets criteria for investigation. We first brought you this story on Spectrum News earlier this year. I've been following the progress and have this update. Though it's cold, the sidewalks in the downtown square have been cleared and salted for people to walk around and enjoy what's offered here. People visit the city of Owensboro for several reasons, whether it's to visit a distillery or check out the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum. In just a few short days, a Louisville teen will play on the U.S. Under-18 national hockey team. I am on the red carpet and all the celebrities have passed through and it's over, but we are here with a fan, Christina, who's here from Missouri, and this is her first Kentucky Derby. While overdose deaths in Kentucky decreased by almost 10% from 2022 to 2023, among Black Kentuckians, there has been a rise. According to the 2023 Drug Overdose Fatality Report, there was a 5% increase. This trend has advocates and community members concerned. That's why the radio campaign has come to Louisville to tell listeners about resources in the community to combat the rise in overdose deaths in Black communities.
B96.5 hip-hop station, home of the Young Jock for the Streets takeover. It's your favorite girl, Bella Ray, the afternoon.
Being a radio personality was Bella Ray's dream since she was young.
I would see the B96.5 truck, and I just knew, like, I wanted to be on radio.
And for the last 8 years, Bella Ray has been living that dream. Having been born and raised in Louisville, she is passionate about issues that impact the community, like the rise in overdose deaths in Black communities.
These Black neighborhoods have some of the highest rates of fatal overdoses in all of Kentucky. Yes, you heard that right. You heard all of that right, okay?
That's Bella Ray following a script to inform listeners about this issue. This is part of Louisville's 12-week radio campaign by Vital Strategies, a global public health organization that has worked with radio personalities to launch similar campaigns in a couple of other U.S. cities.
Outline the problem, explain to you what the problem is, and then provide you where you can, the resources that you can use and where you can get those resources.
Find naloxone.ky.gov.
Listeners are also being directed to find naloxone and fentanyl test strips at organizations like Vocal Kentucky.
We're excited to be a part of this overdose campaign as a site where people, when they hear that radio show, they can come here and get the supplies that they need.
According to a survey done by the JAMA Health Forum, 32% of respondents experience losing someone to an overdose.
795.
Bella Ray has gone through this. Her best friend, Alexandria Brock's brother, Dominique Brock Butler, died of an overdose last December.
It was something that was totally unexpected. So her being able to push this and put this out in the forefront to where, you know, maybe this won't happen to somebody else's family, that means a lot to me.
So now through the campaign, Bella Ray wants to raise awareness and inform listeners on where to find resources.
We have to get the word out on overdoses, and they are preventative. How do we prevent it? And we just got to make sure we get the word out.
The campaign began on August 5th, and while it's supposed to run for 12 weeks, Bella Ray hopes to make it longer. This campaign has been done in Philadelphia and Milwaukee as well, reaching hundreds of thousands of listeners. This message reached more than 80% of Black adults in Philadelphia. In Milwaukee, it reached around 90% of Black adults. Plank after plank were sawed and pulled off of this deck. These are volunteers with the Roll Call Foundation. Don Barbier is a retired veteran who founded the nonprofit with his two best friends over 3 years ago.
The whole purpose was to be simple 3 disabled veterans, 2 horses, and one mission that's to help one person every day.
That mission is in honor of Jesse Schott. Barbier was Jesse's scoutmaster, and the pair met when Jesse was 9 years old. Jesse had been diagnosed with cancer when he was only 3, but after undergoing a stem cell transplant, he was cancer-free.
Eventually, when he was 17, the cancer came back. It was from radiation, and that's what got him.
That's Jesse's grandfather, Kyle, who along with his wife raised Jesse. Kyle remembers his grandson's kindness towards others.
He worked at McDonald's for a while, and he would see older people come in, and they were afraid they didn't have any money, and he would buy them something to eat. He said that they might be homeless.
Jesse's desire to help people led to him making a special request to Barbier about a month before he passed away.
Me and him were out on a paddle boat after PET scans one day, Mary Miller next to the Bell. We were going down the river, and he said, "I want you to promise me something." And I said, "What's that, buddy?" And he goes, "I want you to help one person every day."
And that's what Barbier and Kyle have set out to do. When the two of them heard about a 5-year-old boy named Jackson Gass who has the same cancer that Jesse had and whose family needed help,
It was just obvious that we had to be here to help.
Barbier rounded up volunteers to help with building a new deck.
The deck is just falling apart, and I tried to get a loan to repair it myself, and I couldn't. Right now, I'm the sole person making payments for everything.
Jackson is currently in the hospital but is expected to be home on Friday.
They miss him so bad.
Now he'll get to spend time outside because of the Roll Call Foundation's special act of service.
This to happen is such a blessing.
And Kyle was more than willing to help and did so with his beloved grandson in mind.
He liked to help people, and so this is why I am doing this, because it's in Jesse's name. You know, he's my hero.
Though gone too soon, Jesse's legacy lives on through the Roll Call Foundation, which has grown to help far more than one person a day. In Louisville, Geraldine Torrellas, Spectrum News.